Real strength isn't loud. It doesn't beg for attention. It doesn't bark orders or chase approval. A real man walks into the room, and without saying a single word, everybody feels it. You've been lied to. You think masculinity means being the loudest guy in the room, flexing on Instagram, running your mouth just to prove you're tough. Let me say it straight. If you think masculinity is about talking big or showing off, you've already lost, because the loudest man is usually the weakest one there. Life is war, not the kind with bullets and blood, but a war against distraction, weakness, comfort, and conformity. Every man is in battle, whether he knows it or not, and most are losing, quietly. But there's a way to win, a path walked by the strongest men in history. Stoicism, the mindset of warriors, emperors, and thinkers who conquered without chaos. This isn't about becoming cold, it's about becoming calm, controlled, composed, unshakable. Let's be honest, most men today are emotionally erratic. They panic under pressure. They're slaves to ego, addicted to validation. You talk too much, you react too fast, you can't sit still, and that's exactly why life keeps beating you. You don't need to be loud to be strong. You need to become a storm in silence. Step 1. Master your emotions, or be owned by them. Let's get something clear. If you can't control your emotions, you don't control your life. You can lift all the weights you want, make all the money in the world, walk around with a fake tough guy face. But if your emotions control you, you're weak. Period. Stoicism is emotional discipline. It's not about suppressing how you feel. It's about mastering it. It's about being the eye of the storm while everything around you falls apart. Most men are reactors. Someone disrespects them, they explode. Life punches them, they crumble. A real man, he absorbs the hit. He stays still. He thinks. Don't react. Observe. That one habit alone, it separates boys from men. When you feel anger rise, pause. When fear creeps in, breathe. When stress tightens your chest, wait. Because men who react quickly lose quickly. They lose their respect, their control, their power. You need a daily practice. Every morning, before the world has a chance to touch your mind, sit in silence for 10 minutes. No phone, no noise, no movement. Just you, your breath, and your thoughts. Most guys can't even sit still for 60 seconds. That's why their lives are chaos. In that silence, ask yourself, what triggered me yesterday? What made me lose control? Then write it down, break it down, destroy it. Journaling isn't soft, it's war strategy. You're identifying the weak points in your armor so you can reinforce them. Look, life is going to test you. Traffic, disrespect, failure, betrayal, pressure. It's all coming. You don't get to avoid it. What you do get to control is how you respond. So from today forward, build your emotional muscle. Breathe deeper, speak slower, hold your gaze, control your tone. Let others be emotional. Let them be loud. Let them burn themselves out. You stay calm. You stay sharp. You stay dangerous. Because once you master your emotions, you become unstoppable. Step 2. Practice the power of delayed reaction. Here's a hard truth. You don't need to respond to everything. You don't owe the world your instant reaction. In fact, the faster you react, the weaker you appear. Someone disrespects you, challenges you, tries to get under your skin. Most men take the bait. They lash out. They try to defend their ego. And just like that, they give away their power. Real men don't flinch. They don't chase validation. They don't react. They calculate. This is where the power of delayed reaction comes in. It's simple. Don't respond instantly. especially when insulted or challenged. Pause, breathe, let it sink in, and say nothing. Let the other guy squirm. Let him wonder what you're thinking. That's silence. That's dominance. Silence is strength. It forces the other person to deal with themselves. You give away nothing. No emotional tells. No defensive posture. No words they can use against you. You let them talk. You let them reveal their weakness while you reveal nothing. Think of a chess match. The amateur rushes. The master waits. Watches. Predicts. In conversation, in conflict, in life, the battlefield goes to the man who stays composed under chaos. Let the world be loud. You stay deliberate. Let others panic. You remain unshaken. Here's the move. Next time someone pushes your buttons, say nothing. Hold your posture. Breathe through your nose. Lock eyes without a single word. Watch how fast their confidence fades. Delayed reaction isn't passivity. It's strategic silence. It's control. It's letting the storm pass while you remain the mountain. Because when you don't react, you control the battlefield. And that's what this is, a battle. Every interaction, every moment, a test of dominance. And the man who speaks last, the man who doesn't flinch, that's the man who wins. Step 3. Eliminate emotional outbursts completely. Here's a rule. Every man needs burned into his brain. The moment you lose your temper, you lose control. You might think yelling makes you look dominant. It doesn't. It makes you look weak, unstable, and easy to manipulate. Stop yelling. Stop over-explaining. Stop defending yourself. Every time you raise your voice, you lower your power. Real men don't try to win arguments. They don't debate. They don't need to be right. Because truth doesn't need a salesman, and power doesn't plead. If someone disrespects you, don't shout. Don't justify. Don't explain your worth. Let your actions speak in cold precision. Handle your business. Walk away if you have to. But don't lose your frame. Why? Because the man who loses control of his voice loses control of his image. You scream, they see desperation. You rant, they see insecurity. But when you stay silent, measured, calm under fire, they see danger. Here's your training. Lower your voice under pressure. Practice it daily. Next time you're angry, lower your tone, not raise it. Feel the heat in your chest. Channel it into posture, not volume. You're not a child throwing a tantrum. You're a man who handles conflict without theatrics, a man who chooses strategy over shouting. Listen, lions don't roar when they hunt. They move in silence, strike with precision, and disappear before anyone knew what hit them. That's the kind of energy you need. So from now on, stop trying to win through noise. Win through presence. Win through calmness. Win through results. Let others panic, argue, and break down. Let them try to shake you. But you stay cool. You stay sharp. You stay unshakable. Because the man who keeps his emotions in check, he's the one nobody wants to cross. Step 4. Develop presence through purpose. Want to know why some men can walk into a room and instantly command respect without saying a single word? It's purpose. That's it. Purpose creates presence. When you have a mission, people feel it. You move differently. You speak with weight. You walk with focus. Not because you're trying to impress, but because you simply don't have time for nonsense. Walk with intention. Every step, every move, every action, let it have meaning. No fidgeting, no aimless pacing, no nervous energy. When you sit, sit with purpose. When you stand, stand tall. Every movement either speaks power or screams insecurity. Most men drift. They wake up with no plan, no fire, no target. and that's why they were invisible. You want presence? Start by getting serious about your direction. Build a routine that reflects your vision. Wake up early, not because it's trendy, but because you have work to do. Train daily, not for aesthetics, but to build discipline. Work hard, not for applause, but because a man without output is just noise. This isn't about being busy. It's about being intentional. Still water runs deep. Be the still water, quiet, calm, but full of power just beneath the surface. Presence doesn't come from flexing your voice or showing off. It comes from knowing exactly who you are and where you're going. And when you live like that, people feel it. They sense the fire, the discipline, the danger. You don't need to announce yourself. Your presence will do it for you. And the best part? You won't even have to try. You'll walk into a room and men will step aside. Women will take notice, not because of what you say, but because of what you carry. That's what purpose gives you. Presence, power, precision. Live with it, move with it, and you'll never go unnoticed again. Step 5. Get ruthlessly disciplined with your time. If there's one thing weak men waste without a second thought, it's time. Scrolling, watching, clicking, talking, all while their goals die in silence. Let me make this brutal and clear. Time is your most valuable currency. You can lose money and make it back. You can lose strength and rebuild it. But time, once it's gone forever. You want to build something real. You want respect, power, presence. Then get ruthlessly disciplined with your time. Say less, do more. Talk isn't just cheap, it's a distraction. You don't need to explain what you're doing. You need to build, quietly. Here's how it starts. Schedule your hours with military focus. Plan your day the night before. Know what needs to get done and attack it. No guessing, no drifting. Every hour needs a purpose, or it gets eliminated. Detox your digital life. Social media, cut it down to minutes a day, or remove it completely. Your phone, off or out of sight during work. You don't need constant dopamine. You need direction. Get into deep work. No noise, no distractions, just you and the mission. 2 hours of focused output is worth more than 10 hours of half-assed multitasking. Lock in, get it done, move on. And here's the best part. You don't have to say anything about it. You don't need to post, brag, or prove. Let silence be the proof of your grind. Let them wonder what you're building. Let them guess why you disappeared. Then show up 6 months later, sharper, stronger, and farther ahead than anyone imagined. Because while they were talking, you were moving. While they were distracted, you were dialing in. And while they wasted time, you weaponized it. You want to win without saying a word. Master your time. Guard it like your life depends on it. Because in a way, it does. Step 6. Use physicality to speak without speaking. Your body speaks before you ever say a word. Before you open your mouth, people have already sized you up. They've already decided whether to respect you or dismiss you. And make no mistake, weakness is loud, but strength is silent. A strong body speaks volumes. It tells the world, I can handle pain. I have discipline. I don't fold. You don't have to say it. They feel it. Walk with your shoulders back, chin up, eyes forward. No slouching, no darting glances, no nervous posture. Presence starts with posture, because the way you carry yourself, that's your first line of defense, your silent shield. And when it's backed by real muscle, real grit, and real work, you become undeniable. Train for power, not just to look good, but to be dangerous. Lift heavy, learn to fight, build endurance, hit the iron, get in the ring, push your limits. Because a man who's trained to handle pain isn't afraid of anything. You don't need to be a bodybuilder. You don't need to look like a fitness model. But your frame should say one thing: I'm not to be messed with. Your physical presence should intimidate without effort. People should feel something shift when you walk in the room. Not because you're loud, not because you're flashy, but because your presence commands respect through pure, silent power. This isn't about vanity. It's about self-respect. When you train your body, you train your mind. You develop grit, focus, discipline. You harden yourself against weakness, inside and out. And here's the truth: men who don't train break. Their minds crack under pressure because their bodies were never pushed to endure it. They've never met resistance, so they can't handle real life when it punches back. So if you want to win without speaking, start with your body. Build strength that doesn't need to be explained, because real men don't announce themselves. They walk in, and the room adjusts. Step 7. Adopt minimalism in speech and lifestyle. Real power doesn't come from more. It comes from less. Less noise, less clutter, less talking. That's the essence of the Stoic man. You want presence? You want to command without saying a word? Then strip away everything unnecessary. Because in a world addicted to chaos, silence is strength. Simplicity is your edge. Speak only when necessary. Every word you say should carry weight. If you're always talking, people stop listening. But when you speak with intention, short, sharp, clear, they lean in. No rambling, no filler, no explaining. Say what needs to be said, then shut up and execute. Now take that same principle and apply it to your life. Your environment reflects your mind. So clean it up. Reduce your possessions. Declutter your space. You don't need 10 pairs of shoes, 5 streaming apps, and a closet full of distractions. The more crap you own, the more your mind is owned. Distraction kills focus. Clutter kills clarity. Minimalism isn't weakness. It's a tactical move. It sharpens your focus. It makes you faster, more decisive, more lethal. When everything in your life is there on purpose, you move with purpose. Cut the noise, mentally and physically. Turn off notifications. Unfollow people who drain you. Get rid of anything that doesn't build you. Because when your space is clean and your words are few, your mind becomes dangerous. And here's what most men don't understand. Simplicity equals clarity. Clarity equals confidence. And confidence, that's what makes people follow you without needing a single word. The minimalist man isn't cold. He's precise. He doesn't waste time. He doesn't chase shiny things. He builds quietly, with focus, with intent. So look around. Look within. What needs to go? What's stealing your time, your energy, your edge? Cut it. Burn it. Walk away from it. Because the man who owns less owns himself more. Step 8. Study the great Stoics and apply their code. If you want to win without saying a word, start by learning from the masters, the men who shaped what it means to be unshakable, stoic, unbreakable. Marcus Aurelius said it best: waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. That's the core of Stoicism. Not theory, not debate, but action, being, living it every day. Look deeper. Seneca, Epictetus, Aurelius. These weren't just philosophers. They were warriors of the mind. Men who faced hardship, betrayal, war, and personal loss, and never let it break them. Their mindset? Simple, ruthless, and effective. Control what you can. Accept what you can't. Face reality without complaint. Own your choices. Own your reactions. This is your blueprint. Read a passage daily. Reflect on it. Journal your thoughts. Internalize their teachings until their strength becomes your strength. Because here's the hard truth. Modern life bombards you with distractions, drama, and noise. You're being pulled in every direction, emotionally, mentally, socially. Without a strong anchor, you'll be lost. The Stoics give you that anchor. Their mindset is a shield against chaos, a weapon to slice through confusion and weakness. When you apply their code, you move through life like a silent predator, calm, focused, unstoppable. Don't just admire the Stoics, become one. Let their words sharpen your mind. Let their discipline harden your spirit. Let their wisdom guide your steps. This isn't about becoming cold or detached. It's about becoming calm, composed, and controlled. A man who wins quietly and consistently. Start today. Pick up a Stoic text. Read, reflect, apply, and watch how your silent power grows every single day. Step 9. Build an aura of silent confidence. The loudest men rarely lead. True authority is quiet. It's an aura, an energy that fills the room without a single word. You don't explain your moves. You don't justify your actions. You let your results do all the talking. Why waste breath on explanations? People don't respect words. They respect outcomes. Your silence, that's your power. It's the calm before the storm. The stillness that makes others uneasy. Be mysterious. Don't reveal everything. Let people wonder. Curiosity builds respect. When you hold back, you build tension, interest. You become someone worth watching. When you walk into a room, don't rush to speak. Observe first. Take in the energy, the dynamics, the hidden currents. Speak last, if at all, because the man who speaks last controls the narrative. This isn't arrogance, it's strategy. You're choosing your moments. You're listening more than talking, and that builds trust, respect, and authority. Your silence becomes your loudest statement. It says, I'm confident. I'm in control. I don't need to prove anything to you. People pick up on this energy immediately. It commands attention without demanding it. It draws people in while keeping them at a respectful distance. This is the power of silent confidence. It's magnetic, it's unshakable, and it's yours to build. Start practicing today. Stop over-explaining. Stop rushing to fill silence. Own your space with presence. Let your quiet strength do the work. Remember, a man who needs to shout has already lost. A man who wins silently, he wins for life. Step 10. Practice. Voluntary hardship to sharpen your edge. Strength isn't given, it's forged, hammered in fire and sweat. If you want to win without saying a word, you have to embrace discomfort. Comfort is the enemy of quiet strength. Take cold showers, shock your body, make it uncomfortable. Because that chill, that's your mind waking up. It's training you to endure without complaint. Fast regularly. Push your hunger beyond convenience. Control your impulses. Discipline your body to say no when it wants yes. That's mental toughness. Silent, relentless, and unbreakable. Hit the gym with intensity. Lift heavy. Run hard. Fight hard. Don't just train to look good. Train to be unshakable. To withstand pain. To push past limits. This isn't about showing off. It's about quietly building an edge no one can see, but everyone can feel. A man forged in hardship doesn't need to shout. His aura says it all. Every line on his face, every scar on his body, every controlled breath he takes speaks of battles fought and won. Do what's hard without announcing it. No need for approval or validation. Because real strength is self-contained. It doesn't ask permission. It doesn't need applause. You're not here to be comfortable. You're here to be strong, to be ready, to be unstoppable. Voluntary hardship is your secret weapon. It's the silent forge that tempers your mind and body. It's what separates the men who talk from the men who win. So step into the discomfort, own the challenge, and become a man whose quiet power can't be ignored. Most men try to be heard. Real men, they're felt, without a single word. If you want respect, stop chasing attention. Stop shouting into the void. Start mastering yourself, your mind, your emotions, your actions. Speak less, do more. Let your results speak loud enough to shake the room. When you walk into a space, let your energy be so powerful, so controlled, it rattles the walls. That's the power of silent dominance. If you're tired of the noise, the endless distractions, the shallow chatter, if you're ready to live like a warrior in control of his life and his destiny, then this is your moment. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the movement of men who refuse to be weak, loud, or reactive. We're building a tribe of stoic warriors, silent, relentless, and unbreakable. This is the stoic path. It's quiet, it's disciplined, it's unstoppable. Now, let's get to work.